In 1997, a 37-year-old man got hit with a late fee, $40 for losing Apollo 13 inside a Blockbuster video rental store. That tiny moment of pure rage built a $300 billion empire. His name was Reed Hastings, and he refused to forget that humiliation. He was born in Boston, 1960, into a quiet upper-middle-class family. As a child, he loved math puzzles, codes, and breaking machines apart for fun. He studied mathematics at Bowdoin College and graduated near the top of his class. Then he did something nobody expected from a future tech billionaire founder. He joined the Peace Corps and flew alone to a tiny country called Swaziland. For 2 years, he taught math to teenagers in dusty rural classrooms there. He returned changed, calmer, and ready to build something bigger than himself. He earned a computer science master's degree from Stanford in 1988. In 1991, he founded his first company called Pure Software Solo. The product hunted bugs hiding inside other developers' fragile code bases automatically. Sales exploded, and Pure Software went public on Wall Street very quickly. But Hastings hated being a CEO and even tried to fire himself twice. The board refused, telling him nobody else could lead the chaotic startup forward. He survived the merger with Atria, fighting investors and almost losing everything. In 1997, he sold the company for $750 million. He was suddenly rich, free, and completely unsure what to do next. Then came the famous late fee that everybody loves to retell forever today. He had rented Apollo 13 and forgotten the cassette deep inside his closet. 6 weeks later, Blockbuster charged him a $40 overdue penalty fee. He was so embarrassed that he hid the bill from his own wife. On the way to the gym one day, he had a wild idea. What if movies worked like a gym membership instead of single rental fee? Pay one flat monthly price, watch unlimited films, never feel guilty again. He partnered with Mark Randolph and founded Netflix in 1997 officially. They mailed shiny red envelopes containing single DVDs to subscribers across America. The early years were brutal. Empty mailboxes, angry customers, and dwindling cash reserves. The dot-com crash in 2000 pushed Netflix toward total bankruptcy. Hastings flew to Dallas with one desperate plan to save his struggling company. He offered Blockbuster the chance to buy Netflix for $50 million cash. The Blockbuster CEO sat in his office and barely contained his open laughter. He thought DVDs by mail was a tiny niche idea going nowhere fast. Hastings flew home humiliated, but burning with quiet revenge in his chest. He doubled down on logistics, recommendation algorithms, and obsessive data-driven culture. Netflix went public in 2002 on a quiet Wall Street day. Subscribers grew from 600,000 to over 5 million within years. Meanwhile, Blockbuster kept collecting late fees until customers eventually started hating them. In 2007, Hastings made the boldest decision of his career yet. He launched streaming alongside DVDs and quietly bet the future on the internet. The technology was barely ready, and only a few films streamed without buffering. Critics laughed, Wall Street panicked, and analysts predicted Netflix would collapse soon. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy with billions in unpaid debt. Their 5,000 stores started closing one by one across the entire country. The man who laughed at Hastings now watched his empire crumble into dust. But Netflix faced its own disaster in 2011 called Quickster service. Hastings split DVDs and streaming into two companies and raised prices 60%. Subscribers revolted. The stock crashed 77% in just 4 short months. He apologized publicly, killed Quickster fast, and learned never to ignore loyal customers. Then he made a gamble that would redefine television entertainment around the world. He spent $100 million on a show called House of Cards. No pilot, no test screening, just 2 full seasons greenlit upfront and trusted. The show launched in 2013 and instantly transformed how humanity watched television. Binge watching was born, and Netflix became a verb in everyday global conversation. Then came Stranger Things, The Crown, Squid Game, Narcos, and Tiger King 2. Hollywood studios suddenly realized that a Silicon Valley nerd had stolen their kingdom. Hastings ran Netflix with a radical management book called No Rules Rules openly. No vacation policy, No expense reports, just absolute freedom paired with total responsibility. He invented something brutal and famous called the keeper test inside Netflix culture. Would you fight to keep this employee if they tried to leave today? If the answer was no, that worker received a generous severance package immediately. Some called it cruel, others called it the most efficient workforce ever built. By 2020, Netflix had over 200 million paying subscribers globally already. The company was worth more than Disney, Comcast, and most traditional television networks combined. In 2023, Hastings stepped down quietly after 26 incredible years. He was now worth roughly $4 billion and donated huge sums to education. Today, over 5,000 Blockbuster stores have vanished completely from the planet Earth. One late fee, one humiliated customer, $300 billion of pure revenge.